In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on December 27, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Minnesota Timberwolves versus Houston Rockets. The Minnesota Timberwolves will hit the road to face the surging Houston Rockets in an exciting Western Conference showdown. Last season, the Timberwolves emerged as one of the surprise teams in the West, but they have struggled to find consistency this year after undergoing significant roster changes. On the other hand, the Rockets have exceeded expectations and appear to be this season's breakout team in the conference. Houston enters this contest fresh off a Thursday night matchup against the New Orleans Pelicans. The Timberwolves remain shorthanded, with key players Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram, and Jose Alvarado sidelined. Meanwhile, the Rockets will be closely monitoring the availability of Dylan Brooks and Tari Eason. Minnesota recently secured a much-needed victory on Christmas Day by defeating the Dallas Mavericks 105-99. However, the win raised some concerns as the Wolves nearly squandered a commanding 28-point lead. Now, they face a challenging task against the Rockets, who already defeated them in an overtime thriller earlier this season in Minnesota. Houston's performance metrics have been superior across the board, and the team currently ranks first in the league in rebounding. To stay competitive, Rudy Gobert will need to step up for the Timberwolves. While Minnesota has a slight advantage in rest, as Houston is playing its second game in as many nights, the Rockets have momentum on their side. The Rockets are coming off an impressive 128-111 victory over the struggling Pelicans. In that game, Jalen Green, Fred VanVleet, and Cam Whitmore combined to hit 17 three-pointers, delivering an offensive clinic. It will be interesting to see if they can replicate that success against Minnesota, which boasts one of the league's better defenses at guarding the perimeter. Houston has been a reliable team to back this season, covering the spread in 14 of their last 20 games. They have been dominant at the Toyota Center, losing just once in 11 home games and posting a 10-4 record against the spread in 14 total home contests. Despite Minnesota's Christmas Day win over Dallas, concerns linger after their fourth quarter collapse on Wednesday. The Wolves, who were a surprise team last season, have faced consistency issues this year due to roster changes. Meanwhile, Houston has solidified its position as a Western Conference contender and continues to dominate in the paint. The Rockets' offensive rebounding, which leads the league, provides them with ample second-chance scoring opportunities, a significant advantage against a Timberwolves defense that has struggled to protect the low post. While the Timberwolves' victory over the Mavericks is a step in the right direction, it also creates the potential for a letdown. Minnesota has suffered 8 of their 14 losses on the road, highlighting their struggles away from home. In contrast, the Rockets are thriving on their home court with an 11-3 straight-up record this season. They also boast a strong 19-11 against the spread record, ranking among the NBA's top 5 cover teams. Houston's consistent performance, both offensively and defensively, makes them a formidable opponent. Given the Timberwolves' issues with ball control, the Rockets are poised to capitalize in transition. Alongside Oklahoma City, Houston is emerging as one of the teams to beat in the Western Conference. For these reasons, the Houston Rockets to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. This matchup features 2 of the best defensive teams in the league. While the first meet between these squads exceeded the total due to overtime, both teams rank highly in scoring defense. The Rockets are 3rd in the NBA in this category, while the Timberwolves are close behind in 4th. Furthermore, both teams have gone under the total in 3 of their last 5 games. Minnesota plays at one of the slowest paces in the league, ranking 24th in pace, and is just 23rd in scoring. Houston, meanwhile, falls in the bottom 3rd in shooting efficiency. Expect a tight, methodical game where scoring opportunities are limited. Therefore, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Memphis Grizzlies versus New Orleans Pelicans. New Orleans travels to Memphis for an important Western Conference showdown. The Pelicans have had a dismal season, holding a 5-26 overall record, which places them at the very bottom of the conference standings. This record is tied for the worst in the entire NBA. The team is also in the midst of a rough patch, having dropped 8 consecutive games. On the other hand, the Memphis Grizzlies have a solid 21-10 record, placing them third in the conference. Memphis has been playing well, winning 7 of their last 9 contests. Both teams enter the game with significant injuries to key players. The Grizzlies remain without Marcus Smart and Jay Huff, while the Pelicans are missing Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and Jose Alvarado. The game pits the league's highest scoring offense, Memphis, against the lowest ranked offense, New Orleans, creating a stark scoring mismatch. Complicating matters, this is the second game of a back-to-back for both teams, forcing them to rely on their bench players. This scenario particularly hurts the Pelicans, who lack scoring depth due to their injuries. New Orleans has struggled even at home, holding a 4-11 record in their own arena, providing little advantage. Meanwhile, Memphis has been on a roll since Ja Morant's return, winning 6 of their last 8 games. The Grizzlies also defeated the Pelicans by 11 points in their previous meeting, and their depth makes them better equipped for this back-to-back matchup. The Grizzlies boast the league's best offense, averaging over 122 points per game, although they have only reached that total in 3 games this season. Despite their injuries, Memphis is expected to exploit New Orleans' porous defense, which ranks among the league's worst, allowing one of the highest opponent field goal percentages. With Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. leading the way, Memphis will likely dominate in transition. Conversely, the Pelicans continue to struggle, ranking last in scoring due to their depleted roster and lack of reliable offensive contributors. New Orleans has failed to cover the spread in 4 of their last 5 games and is just 11-20 against the spread this season. Conversely, Memphis is 21-10 against the spread and enters this game with confidence after scoring an impressive 155 points against the Raptors, a game in which their starters were able to rest early. In contrast, the Pelicans suffered another blowout loss last night to the Rockets, underscoring their struggles. Memphis has been red hot lately, and there's no indication that this trend will end anytime soon. These two teams are clearly headed in opposite directions, making it difficult to back the Pelicans in this matchup. Memphis' backcourt is expected to expose New Orleans' weaknesses, further highlighting the gap between the two teams. While laying this many points on a team playing the second game of a back-to-back may seem risky, there's little reason to believe New Orleans can mount any significant challenge. So the Memphis Grizzlies to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full-game side pick. Offensively, Memphis is averaging over 122 points per game and could easily exceed that mark, potentially scoring more than 130 points against the Pelicans. New Orleans, despite its struggles, averages over 105 points per game, which should help the game hit the over, given Memphis' defensive vulnerabilities, as they allow over 113 points per game. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Dallas Mavericks versus Phoenix Suns. The Minnesota Timberwolves are set to travel to Houston for a challenging Western Conference matchup against the resurgent Houston Rockets. Last season, the Timberwolves emerged as one of the surprise teams in the conference, but this year, they have struggled with consistency due to changes in their roster. In contrast, the Rockets appear to be this season's unexpected standout team in the West. They come into this game fresh off a Thursday night showdown against the Pelicans in New Orleans, looking to continue their strong momentum. The Dallas Mavericks have confirmed that Luka Doncic will not be playing in their upcoming game, and they have listed Derek Lively as questionable. Meanwhile, the Phoenix Suns are still dealing with key absences, including Grayson Allen and Devin Booker. The Mavericks, who have recently slowed down as injuries begin to mount, find themselves in a similar position as the Suns, who were on a roll before Booker's injury disrupted their rhythm. Both teams are missing critical players, making this matchup difficult to predict. However, the Mavericks' slightly deeper roster might give them a small edge in this contest. As such, the Dallas Mavericks to cover the spread as underdogs is our full-game side pick. According to StatMuse.com, the Mavericks rank 12th in team pace with a rating of 99.35, while the Suns are positioned 25th with a slower pace of 97.21. This suggests the potential for an exciting and fast-paced game. Historically, the Mavericks have consistently exceeded scoring expectations as underdogs, achieving the over in 9 of their last 10 such games. They have also surpassed the projected scoring total in 11 of their 15 road games this season. With Luka Doncic sidelined, the Mavericks are likely to increase their pace and lean on small ball tactics to make up for his absence. Similarly, the Suns have proven capable of high-scoring performances, with 16 out of 29 games this season finishing over the posted total. As favorites, they have exceeded the total in 10 of their 17 games. Notably, the last 2 matchups between these teams produced combined scores of 230 and 233, both significantly above the current total line. Considering these factors, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.